Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. So the latest data, latest trends, here are my bullet points. Still looking at this merger of two different pieces of energy, 1223, 1224, somewhere between Utah, Wyoming, and Colorado. But I'll tell you what I'm seeing here is really just a lighter trend overall with snowfall forecast numbers. Certainly that's been the case, seeing the numbers trend down in the Wasatch. In Wyoming, they're down just a little bit. Colorado, they're down just a little bit as well. Looking at California, the next storm system of consequence, 1227 to 1229, we could see some big accumulations out of that with a lower snow level. That would be nice. In the Northeast, I just don't have much until potentially a storm system, 1226, 1228, and even then, it's still looking warm, and that means it could be rain, unfortunately. All right, let me show you what this looks like right now, how it all shapes up on the water vapor. So there's our area of low pressure. This is piece number 1. That'll take a southern track. And piece number 2, you can see it developing and spinning. That'll come into the Pacific Northwest and then roll down through Idaho, Montana, Utah, Wyoming, and then eventually towards that Wyoming-Colorado border, and there's a low. These two will mesh and spin up somewhere in here between 1223 and 1224. So those are the two main players. Here's the forecast radar and satellite. Current state of affairs right there. There's a little wave of snow that kind of works its way through Colorado's mountains, especially western slope, but it is so warm right now in Colorado. It's not going to amount to much of anything. Here we are on Thursday. Here's Friday morning. Here comes the low dropping to the south, New Mexico, Arizona, headed to the Four Corners. Again, this is the magical time frame right here. Snow hits the Wasatch. It's hitting the Tetons, Idaho, Montana, and then the other low is hitting the Four Corners. So where do these two actually merge? The timing and the placement is critical here. And watch what happens. So by the time we get into the afternoon hours, they're still not merged. And Sunday morning they are. And you can see the effect. The problem here is that with the late merger and the low not being as deep, it doesn't throw the snow back as far to the west over the Tetons or over the Wasatch for that matter. In Colorado, we're looking at snow all the way down into Denver with a few inches of accumulation. More in the foothills. I'll show you those numbers. And certainly we're talking about accumulation up at the ski areas as well. So that's Christmas Eve in the morning. Here's Christmas Eve night. The low is beginning to move away, and by Christmas morning, it's already departing and skies will be clearing with the next storm system hitting the Pacific Northwest and BC. And that's going to have some heavy moisture with it. It's going to have some serious snowfall with it up there. All right, let me show you what the jet stream forecast is going to look like. So this is 1224 late in the day. You can see the trough over Colorado, Wyoming, but at that point it's already beginning to move and translate to the east and away. Here is the jet for 1229, still looking at a powerful Pacific jet, sort of a combination of the northern and southern branches. This could mean a very active pattern New Year's into January. We'll see. As far as the latest numbers I've got here, I'm forecasting. Again, the numbers in the Wasatch have been continually trending down, maybe 2 to 6 inches now. 4 to 6, 4 to 8 in the Tetons. Still looking at some decent numbers around Hugoton and southern and southeastern parts of Wyoming and Colorado. 4 to 12 inches will probably do it. Now, the numbers on the Continental Divide, I actually took those down just a little bit. I think that the upslope, and let me show you what I mean here. I think that the upslope is going to be a little shallow. So you're looking, there's Denver down at the valley floor. You're looking off to the west, northwest. So you've got the foothills, and then you've got the Continental Divide, and then Summit County and Vail and beyond. You can see the shallowness of this upslope. It does deliver some very good snow in the magenta to a lot of the foothills. But once you reach the Continental Divide, it's almost like that upslope has faded and diminished and dwindled. So there's not as much of accumulation right at Loveland and right at Winter Park and right at A Basin and right at Keystone as what I was thinking earlier today. And then thinking probably 6, 7, 8 inches through Summit County, Vail, Copper, back to Aspen and Snowmass and up towards Steamboat. And there is snow all the way down into Denver as well. All right, here's period number 2. So 1225 to 1229. Notice the Sierra gets some decent snow, potentially a foot, maybe a couple of feet up around Shasta. That's 1227 through 1229. Big snow up in parts of Whistler, Baker, Rainier. Could be looking at 1 to 3 feet up there with that really solid surge of moisture. And up in the northeast, not much has changed. Some very light accumulations through the period, and 99% of this happens 1226 through 1228. But again, those temperatures look to be the issue with that storm system. Probably going to see more rain than anything else. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this afternoon update. Always appreciate you tuning in here. Take care.